Hey guys, it's me again. I just wanted to review real quickly some tips about making a good presentation slide and a good presentation style. So what I have here are two QR codes. This first QR code is will take you to that review of information about the project itself that you saw a little bit ago. So the only thing I wrote here is just a reminder that tomorrow you need to share your project with this account, which is my account. This second QR code is the presentation video that you just watched with the do's and don'ts of a good presentation. And then I gave you two quick reminders or tips. Number one, your slide should have only a few bullets and 4 pictures. So tip number 2 is this information is coming from you. Guys, the screen of the PowerPoint, the smartboard, is not your script. You should barely be looking at that board, honestly. And it should only have maybe 2 or 3, 4 tops bullets, and they should be very brief. And the reason is because you are the person and the source of information for us. You've spent a week researching, and so you have all of this knowledge that you want to share, and it shouldn't be on the screen for us to read. You should engage us in sharing that information. If that means taking up a little note card, go for it, but you definitely don't want to be reading from any piece of paper because you'll end up looking down and your voice lowers and you also end up monotone. So you definitely don't want to do that. A couple things I wanted to show you. Let's talk about what not to do. So this is a sample of a slide that is really a big no-no. There's only 3 images, so the grade started dropping from there, but look at all this information. 9 bullets for any slide is way too much. Not to mention, each bullet has so much information that the font is tiny. The rule of thumb is that your font has to be at least 24 point. Okay, so I'm going to look at that when I look at your slide. So maybe jot that down on your sheet of paper by your QR code. PowerPoint font has to be at least 24 point font. Otherwise, we won't be able to read it, and you run into this problem where you've got way too much information on a slide. So here are a few examples of a good slide. This is a good slide. Their font was the right size. They had 4 images. Under each image was a link, and you know, the information, the majority of it came from the student. Here's another good one, 4 images, links to where they got their images, and just 4 short bullets of information. Everything that we listened to came from the student themselves. This one is really, really nice, and it wowed me. I remember this presentation really well. Number 1, her images were always really engaging. Like, we were super interested in them. It wasn't just a silly clip art person. They were actual like file images and things like that. But besides that, she only used 1 or 2 word bullets. And I'm telling you, when she read from her note card, I think she might have referenced it maybe 3 times total in a minute. I mean, she rehearsed her presentation, and it was full of information, and she just totally nailed it. So that's what you're shooting for. Minimal information on the slide. All the information is coming from you, and the slide is visually appealing. One more thing I wanted to show you. When I say put links under your images, what I don't mean is this. So this person got an image from Google, and they went up here and they just copied and pasted the link. Okay, you don't want to do that. There's a really easy way to shorten a link. If you copy the link, go to tinyurl.com, paste it, click Make URL. This says the first URL had 372 characters, and they cut it down to 26 characters. Okay, so this is the little tiny link. You're going to make, you know, really small font. This is not going to be 24 font. The words of your bullet points, yes, 24 font. Your little tiny sources, you know, maybe 6 font. I mean, it doesn't need to be very big at all, because it's really just meant for me to click and see where you got it. So you'll just make it really small and cut it down. And look at that. Looks a lot better than these do. Okay? So just a reminder that your presentation needs to be rehearsed, and you don't want to be reading from anything really, but you can glance, you know, at a note card here or there, and that your PowerPoint slides need to be 24 font with just a handful of bullets with very few words, beautiful images, and really appealing to the eye, because you really want to earn those 60 points. And the best way to do that is be prepared and put a lot of work into how those slides give your information with you, not for you.